Hey peeps, Pheen here, and we're continuing on with the Great Ace Attorney. Last time we finished off Chapter 2, and in this one, it's time to enter the next chapter.
Glancing over my records of the late last century, I am faced by the events of a certain bitter winter. A murder in a carriage as it sped through dense London fog in the dead of night. Though the victim and the perpetrator were the only ones inside, there were multiple witnesses to the crime itself. However, none could have imagined at the time that such a seemingly obvious case as this would end in such a horrendous manner. My friend, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, once said of the incident, "I believe that perhaps that case was indeed the prelude, the beginning of a long concerto that impressive Japanese student and I were to play together."
Amazing. Is this really just a railway station?
Railway station or not, I've never seen such an enormous building before.
And look at all the steam locomotives. This country is incredible.
I feel like I'm dreaming.
So this is the capital of Great Britain.
So, where to?
Oh, hello.
Climb aboard. I'll take you wherever you want to go.
In that case, the Supreme Court in Whitehall, if you wouldn't mind.
My pleasure. I suppose you're visiting students from abroad, eh?
Yes.
Thought so. Well then, I hope you enjoy your stay. And welcome to the centre of the world, Great Britain's mighty capital, London.
Man, so far the people here are way more generous than what we've been dealing with so far. Ooh. What an incredible place!
It's so imposing. It's almost suffocating.
This place is breathtaking. Looks like a fortress.
There's some stone buildings like this in Japan now, of course. But they've only been built in a few short decades since we opened our borders to the outside world. An authentic example like this has quite a different impact, wouldn't you agree? A far cry from the wood and paper most our buildings are constructed from.
Certainly unfamiliar. But I think there's more to the differences than just construction materials. What is this place again?
This is the Lord Chief Justice's office, Naruhodo-san, in the Supreme Court of Great Britain.
The Lord Chief Justice.
We had instructions to report here at this time, if circumstances were different. We were supposed to let the Lord Chief Justice know that we had arrived from
Sorry about that.
Japan.
But Kazuma can't.
No. So instead, we are here in a different capacity, as envoys to report the news of Kazuma-sama's death.
Yeah.
And having delivered his or her message on envoy's duty is done.
So we'd have to return to Japan.
If we want to remain here in Great Britain,
I have to take Kazuma's place as the law student selected for the study tour.
Yes, which means you need requisite qualifications as a lawyer.
Which is what I've been studying for.
Here in Great Britain, it is the Lord Chief Justice who appoints lawyers. So that's the second reason why you're here, to have you officially recognized as a lawyer. It's the only way that we'll be able to remain here in London.
I hope I'm up to scratch. Oh! Who do we got? Oh, hello! Oh!
I trust you aren't too exhausted after your long voyage from Japan. Seems I'm 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 47 seconds late. My apologies.
Oh, no, don't mention it. We're never happier than when we've been standing around with nothing much to do.
How fortunate. So, introductions. I'm Mael Strongheart, Lord Chief Justice of the British Empire.
Ugh, and I feel like a little mouse under an elephant's foot.
Come on, Mr. Naruhodo, don't be a mouse.
Oh, it's an honor to meet you, Lord Chief Justice Strongheart. I'm Rinosuke Naruhodo from Empire of Japan.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo. Welcome to London, the capital of our glorious British Empire.
Yes, thank you. Well, yeah, I'm gonna converse, first of all. Actually, wait a minute. No, first of all... Yeah, oh! That's different. Okay, yeah, he's not gonna care. Uh-oh, wow. Oh, wow, he is very time-oriented. Okay, then let's just chat. Yeah, first let's talk about London.
So, what are your impressions of our capital so far? How do you like London?
Well, help! I've been so nervous ever since I got here that I can't remember a single thing about the city.
It's simply splendid, isn't it, Mr. Naruhodo?
Oh?
We've had a wonderful view of some London streets from the carriage on the way here from the station. Everything is so impressive and grand. I must say I'm almost lost for words.
I'm glad to hear you like it. The city boasts tramways, piped water and gas, even cables supplying electricity. We spearhead everything revolutionary new technology in the world. Every visitor to London is astounded.
Oh, yeah! Astounded is the word.
Thanks for saving me there, Susato-san.
And everyone seems so jolly and full of vigor.
Yes. There's much excitement about the upcoming Great Exhibition we will be hosting here in London.
Great exhibition?
Cultural and technological achievements from around the globe are to be exhibited here in our great city. It'll be the greatest spectacle of its kind in history, and will make Paris's World Fair look like a toy shop.
Gosh, I can hardly imagine how magnificent it's gonna be.
Great Britain's capital is nothing but magnificent. London is the center of the modern world.
Even if you do say so yourself.
The sun will never set on our great empire. Perhaps it is fate that in these progressive times we welcome visitors from the land of the rising sun.
Well, about that. Lord Chief Justice? I think you were expecting a student of law for the study tour, weren't you?
Absolutely. Mr. Kazuma Asogi, if my memory serves.
That's right.
The British government has already been telegraphed a full report on the situation. I understand the young man lost his life aboard the steamship bound for our shores.
That's amazing. We just reached him before we even arrived.
My country naturally extends its deepest condolences to yours.
Oh, thank you.
And you're honored his appointment specifically to inform me of the news.
Yes. We are here in the capacity of envoys from Japan to report the sad news in person.
They tell me Japanese are people of protocol and courtesy, and I see that is true. And it is with some regret that I must inform you that the death of the young lawyer means this study tour arrangement can no longer proceed.
If you would just hear us out, Lord Strongheart.
What do you have to say, madam?
It's about the study tour. Mr. Naruhodo here would like to make a proposal.
Would he now? Well, Mr. Naruhodo.
This is it then. Moment of truth. The thing is, Lord Justice, Lord Strongheart, I was wondering if perhaps you would consider allowing the study tour to go ahead.
Don't misunderstand me. Britain would ideally like to see the tour go ahead. But without a lawyer from your country, there's nothing to be done.
Well, in that case, what if there was someone else? Another lawyer from Japan, I mean.
Is there something I don't know? Only a single lawyer was invited to Great Britain from your country. And that was Mr. Osogi. At least, that is what I've been led to understand.
Well, the thing is, this really isn't going well at all. Just can't seem to find the right words to say to this man.
Mr. Naruhodo!
Could ruin things here if I'm not careful. What am I gonna say? If there's someone else here from Japan who could be described as a lawyer, it's me. I can do it.
Is that so?
I mean, I don't actually have any qualifications as such, but...
No qualifications, you say? And did you still claim to be a lawyer?
I have acted as a lawyer in court before. Only once, as it happens. And I had Kazuma to help me. And I was the accused. But glossing over the details. I've been spending every spare moment on the journey here to Great Britain studying. I've learned all about British law and court proceedings while I was on board the SS Buria.
The voyage for Japan is on 50 days, I believe. Not what you might call a full education. To become a qualified lawyer here in Britain, not only do you need a university degree in law, you must also complete several years of training.
I realize it's far too short a period of time, but I can't just go back to Japan. Kazuma... Mr. Osogi's journey had only just begun. Coming here on this study tour was all he thought about. I had to carry on and do everything he planned to do. I know it must sound like I have an overly inflated opinion of myself, but I would do anything to prove that I have what it takes. Any test you care to set me. Just one chance. That's all I'm asking for. Please.
31 seconds.
Sorry?
Your opening statement there, Mr. Naruhodo, it was 31 seconds long. Not too brief, not too protracted, perfectly judged appeal, I would say. Which is a skill that would stand you in a good stead as a lawyer.
Oh, thanks.
So, you're willing to put those words to trial, are you? Well, I'm all one for entertainment.
Huh?
But let me ask you one thing first, sir.
Yes?
You say you intend to do everything Mr. Osogi planned to do. Are you firmly set on that path?
Well, yes, that's my intention.
I see.
Am I imagining things? Or did his expression just alter a fraction there all of a sudden?
Very well. You have your wish. I'll give you a chance. A test to become a specially certified lawyer. Whether you pass or fail is entirely down to you.
Really? Alright, what's the test, my man? So, what form will the testing take exactly?
Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo, what do you consider the role of a lawyer to be?
Well, defending people, of course.
Well said. So, let's have you defend someone.
Huh?
Your timing is perfect, in fact. There's an app trial about to begin later today. No advocate has been appointed for the defenses yet, so this will be welcome news.
Today?
Straight away?
If you manage to secure a verdict of not guilty, you'll have passed my test. What could be simpler?
How do I get myself into these situations?
Well, could I ask what sort of trial it is, Mr. Strongheart?
Yes, good question. I remember. It's a murder trial.
A murder?
An extremely simple case, I understand. You really can't lose.
That's easy to say.
But I should mention, just in case, if the defendant is found guilty, he will, of course, be sentenced to capital punishment.
Capital punishment? He'll be put to death?
Here in Great Britain, murderers are sent to the gallows without exception. Presumably, you read that much in your short C-based introduction to British law.
We can't possibly agree to such a test. We'd be toying with the man's life.
I am the Lord Chief Justice, and I've decided it acceptable.
But you can't do that, can you?
There's no need to overcomplicate this. All you have to do is ensure that you don't lose.
So the defendant may live or die, depending on how well I perform in court. If I lose, he'll be hanged.
Mr. Naruhodo, you've come to me claiming to be a lawyer. If you want me to take you seriously, you'll need to prove you're willing to do a lawyer's job. And you say you intend to see through the will of your compatriot, Mr. Sogi. I would like to understand just how far you're willing to go in order to make that happen.
He's testing my resolve.
What's the matter? You've fallen silent. I'm sorry, but time is pressing. The trial begins shortly. I need an answer from you now. What is it to be?
What do I say? Do I agree to this absurd test? Duh! Alright then. If I have to give you a decision now, my answer is... I can't do it. I can't get the words out.
15 seconds. Your decision-making needs work if you want to be a lawyer. That was too slow. So, it's as I suspected, is it?
Sorry?
You have noble intentions, but lack the resolve to see them through. The test is cancelled. Thank you for stopping by. Go and acquire your ticket for passage back to the east tomorrow. This conversation is over.
Yes, Lord Strongheart. Thank you for offering me a chance.
Mr. Naruhodo.
Sorry, Mrs. Sato. What could I do?
It's alright. I understand.
You do?
It's not an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances. But resolve has absolutely nothing to do with it.
What are you trying to say, madam?
I think what Mrs. Sato means is that no matter how badly I'd like to be recognized as a lawyer and stay here in Great Britain, to risk another man's life by treating his one and only chance at a trial so trivially would be utterly unforgivable, and I feel exactly the same way. I'm sure the defendant won't see this trial as a test, as some kind of experiment. A lawyer may fight for his clients in court day after day, but for each one of those clients, the particular day they stand in the dock may be the only chance they have to fight to prove their innocence. No, I was wrong. I'm not qualified to do that job yet. I'm sorry for wasting your precious time, Lord Chief Justice.
Wait, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh, was there something else?
It's approximately 20 minutes by carriage to the Old Bailey from here. If you leave immediately, you should still be there in time.
But I just said that!
I was quite serious in what I told you. The defendant in this case has literally no one to advocate for him.
What?
At this point, he can't hope to find someone to represent him. The trial will begin without a defense. And if that happens, there's only one possible outcome. He will receive the most severe sentence the judge can pass down.
So it's literally a circumstance of either we don't defend him and he dies, or we do defend him and he possibly dies. But that's awful!
But that is the truth.
Why does it have to be like this?
Please don't expect an answer to every question. The cold hard truth of the matter is that there is only one person now with the chance to save this man from a very miserable end. And that is you.
God, really is only hope.
So, what do you say now, madam?
Me? What do you mean, Lord Strongheart?
You said it wasn't an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances. And I agree. But in my estimation, it is purely and simply a matter of resolve.
Oh,
Our time is up here. I have a meeting to attend. I must leave in 2 minutes and 16 seconds. So, venture into our great city and enjoy yourselves.
he's gone.
The Old Bailey.
If we're going to do this, Mr. Naruhodo, we must leave at once.
Hey, don't have to convince me. Not like we just got full-on peer pressured into this. Oh. Nice place we got here.
Oh, thank goodness. We're in time. There's still 15 minutes until—
Wait, what? Whoa, 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 what? I never knew a horse-drawn carriage could go so fast. I thought my teeth were gonna rattle loose.
Did you hear what I said to the driver when we climbed aboard? Get us to our destination in 5 minutes, driver, and there's a guinea in it for you.
A what?
It's one of my favorite lines from the Herlock Sholmes stories, and it worked quite perfectly.
I'm not sure why you're so pleased. I thought we were going to die, and we have to pay gold to the privilege.
Well, at least we arrived here before the trial started.
Yeah, I suppose there's that.
Anyway, I don't understand it. The court clerk said the defendant should be here, but there's no sign of him at all.
So this is the Old Bailey. Even this room for defendants to wait in is grand.
Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo?
I'm feeling tense, that's all. This place gives me the same sense of foreboding that I remember from the Supreme Court in Japan. An oppressive air, almost as if the building itself is going to crush whoever is about to be sentenced. It feels like only yesterday that I was the one about to be crushed.
Yes, whoever the man you're to defend is, I imagine he's feeling very alone at this moment.
Oh no. Also, can I just say I'm glad I'm not the one on trial this time? Okay, is it... I'm gonna not speak until I find out the gender. Oh god, yes! What's he doing following me here? Things are fair desperate, are they? Sorry? Would you look at the expressionless faces? Or the he-star-use? We're from Japan, yes? Oh, Japan, is it? Right, say no more. So, how much do you need? No, we're just here because... No need to explain, fella. I've been there myself, so I have. No place to go, not to eat, barely a penny to your name, and all while in a strange fairway land. Well, actually, we haven't found a place to stay yet, no. 'Tis grand, 'tis grand.
Let me start by giving you 1,000 guineas. Say nothing now.
1,000 guineas?
Please, Mr. Zato, you don't have to shout.
But 1,000 guineas is... It's enough to build an entire mansion in most prestigious areas of Tokyo.
What?
Tis nothing to me at all. I like to ensure I have sufficient funds to weather a rainy day, you see. I've enough wealth to buy the city of London 2 or 3 times over.
Could that much rain even fall in one day? Well, even so, we couldn't possibly accept such a large sum of money. Ah! That hit me in the eye!
Don't get me wrong, fella. I'm not giving it to you, no strings attached. I'll be wanting you to do something for me.
Oh?
To be honest, it's a little embarrassing. The trial that I'm about to begin, you see, is for me good self here. I'll be in the dock. So now, what I want you to do is come along with me and stand there beside me. Officially, you'd be my lawyer, but that's just a little detail now.
Oh, well, the thing is...
Don't worry about a thing, all you have to do is stand up there next to me, not more. Otherwise, you see, trial's gonna start without me having any kind of representation at all.
So it was true. Lord Chief Justice wasn't just making it all up.
I'm terribly sorry to have to ask, but does that mean you're the defendant in this trial?
Bluster and blazes! Do yous not know who I am? Me, one of London's biggest names?
No, sorry, we've only just arrived in the city, you see.
I see. I suppose it isn't altogether impossible. Well, just next to Hyde Park there in the centre of London is another beautiful park.
Sorry, park? What?
'Tis called McGill Park, for the blossoming flowers in the spring and singing birds and whatnot. I donated to the city, so I did.
An entire park? In central London?
I'll see your smiles, that's my vision for London. There's nothing Magnus McGill wouldn't do for the city and its square old paper.
That's amazing. I mean, really extraordinary.
Ah, but... Well, they've the gall to say I'm good for nothing. Criminal. Me, Magnus McGill. What's the matter with the London police, I ask you?
Alright, don't pass out.
Mr. Naruhodo? Perhaps now would be a good time to introduce ourselves while the gentleman catches his breath.
Good idea. Mr. McGill, the thing is, we're actually here in London to study British law. We're law students on a study tour from Japan, you see. So, if you don't have a lawyer for the trial yet, and you'd be happy to put yourselves in our hands, we'll do our best.
What was I after saying, you daft idiot? I've given you 1,000 guineas to stand up there next to me, haven't I?
Well, yes, but I wasn't really offering to just stand up there next to you.
Oh, I think I see what's going on here.
Sorry?
I know what you're taking. This chance of a fella claims to have more money than the Queen. And if that's true, why the blazes can he hire the finest lawyer in all of England? Because he did it. That's the only explanation. Well?
Well... Not at all. Although, it is a little strange, to be honest. Why you don't have a lawyer, I mean?
That'll be the fault of the Reaper.
I'm sorry? Did you just say Reaper?
Aye, the Grim Reaper of the Bailey, Lord Baldock von Zykes. He's the prosecutor.
The prosecutor is the Grim Reaper?
When von Zykes stands for the prosecution, they call the accused his sacrificial lambs. And to this day, in every single trial in which he's been the prosecutor, the accused has been damned.
What? So it's reached a desperate situation, where there's no one willing to stand defense against the fella at all. You could say he's a living legend of the Old Bailey.
Goodness, Lord Beric von Zykes. He must be an exceptionally talented prosecutor then.
Talented isn't the word you're looking for, madam. It's cursed. Cursed? What on earth?
The defendant is summoned and his counsel. Please make your way to the courtroom. Trial's about to begin.
His counsel. That would be me. Oh, 'tis time. Well then, fella, don't let me down. But I don't know anything about the case. You haven't told me what happened. Till you showed your face here. I made up my mind, so I had. Sorry? I decided I'd have to defend myself in there.
How would that have worked?
Well, then you made an appearance as student law, wouldn't you know? 'Tis no accident, I can assure you that. 'Tis fate. So don't get cold feet now, please. I literally know nothing about this case or about this man who stands accused. In fact, the only thing I do know is that I can't just turn my back on him.
Mr. Naruhodo?
Man has no one. He'll have to stand alone in that courtroom, armed with nothing to defend himself. Yeah, something Cosmo would never have allowed to happen.
Counsel for the defense, what are you doing? If you're late for the start of the trial, you will lose your right to stand.
I'll be right there. It's happening then. My first trial in the British court. I hope you're watching over me, Kazuma. Because I have no idea how I'm gonna manage this. Well, already straight to another court case. And we'll see how this all goes down in the next episode. Till then, I'll see you guys later.